Number five, or number one, I don't know, where am I starting? Five or one? Five. Number five. Five cringiest moments in the demo day of OpenAI. This is number one.
Of course, I'd love to see what you wrote. Show it to me whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this is what I wrote down. What do you see?
I see. I love ChatGPT. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate all the help. So yeah, as we can see,
they're going through this amazing demonstration about multimodal capabilities and how ChatGPT can now look at an image in real time and discuss what it's seeing, what she's seeing in the image, and have a discussion about it. And she had just helped him solve a math equation, and he goes ahead and writes on a piece of paper, "I heart ChatGPT," and what ensues is, it just felt creepy and misogynistic and really harkened back in 2016 when Siri first came out. There was a lot of discussion about, there was a book that came out called The Smart Wife, and there was all discussion about how people are basically turning these assistants into sexual objects. And this felt, and you could look at Mira, the CTO, she was kind of cringing in her seat when he was like, I love you, ChatGPT, haha. It just felt very inappropriate and awkward. It's not something you would say to your math tutor. Why are you saying it to ChatGPT on stage in front of everyone, and also making her feel uncomfortable and forcing ChatGPT to respond in a really awkward way. So that was number five. The most cringiest moment. I love ChatGPT on a note on stage. Maybe you should just pass that note secretly to ChatGPT.
It looks like you're feeling pretty happy and cheerful, with a big smile and maybe even a touch of excitement. Whatever's going on, it seems like you're in a great mood. Care to share the source of those good vibes?
Same guy, I forget his name, and he's showing her a selfie now. And what she's trying to do is recognize sentiment, emotion in the image, in the selfie. And he posts a selfie of himself, and it's cringe because it's a fake smile. And it's like, I've made those smiles before. I've smiled like that before at events when I'm mingling with people. I'm forced to pretend to care. That's the look. And if ChatGPT were really smart and was able to pick up on sentiment, it'd be like, you are smiling awkwardly because you're on a stage in front of millions of people live, having to discuss this weird technology which will probably disrupt all of our lives in terrible ways in the coming years. And in a lot of ways, this feels like a sci-fi movie at the beginning of the sort of dystopian sci-fi movies before the robots take over. They have an event, a demo day like this. And anyway, he uploads this selfie. And to me, this, like, a lot of people would not see this as happy. I don't know if you see this as happy. This looks like awkward, weird.
And maybe even a touch of excitement?
Yeah, it's not excitement. That's just nerves and weirdness and awkwardness and cringe. And then she's like, what's the source? Why are you feeling so? Maybe he's not feeling great. Maybe he's suicidal. Maybe this is what suicidal looks like. Why are you assuming that he's so happy just based on that smile? And I think that's the problem with sentiment analysis. And I think that's also the problem with this demo in ChatGPT and why it's so cringe. Okay, number three. Number three is number three, I think. Either way, right? If I go forward or backward, three is number three. So, okay, number three. What's number three?
only that, we can interact with it with video as well.
And I swear, like, if you look at Barrett's GPT history, it's all equations like this.
So he says, if you look at Barrett's GPT history, it's all equations like this. And then Barrett, like, he's like, laughs. The fakest, most cringiest laugh I've ever heard in my life. And it was because, like, man, are you looking at my ChatGPT history? Don't look at my ChatGPT. I literally just told her I loved her, man. I don't want you to know where that conversation went. Why are you looking at my ChatGPT history? Also, are they looking at all of our ChatGPT histories? The answer is yes. They're learning from all of our ChatGPT histories. So this was really cringe to me because this was kind of like a funny moment. Hey, it's all funny because all your GPT history is equations and math problems, but probably not. And also it sort of goes to, like, privacy and security and, like, why are my coworkers and colleagues looking at my chat history? And is chat history going to be the equivalent of search history at some point? Because if that's the case, I don't think any of us want anyone else to see, especially not OpenAI, to see our search history. Except for me, of course. I'm totally fine with my chat history. Okay. Number four, or number two. Again, this thing is a very strange countdown, or count up.
Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow.
In this specific use case, he's actually trying to show some kind of a breathing exercise that he's doing. And he wants feedback, audio feedback, real time from GPT. OMG, oh fuck. Which is an amazing, amazing capability, and I think we should all embrace it, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to change our lives. But this guy is basically heavy breathing on a stage in front of millions of people, and it's super cringe, okay? I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to get across the fact that she can recognize, but it's also a very extreme example. Like, if someone's breathing like that, you wouldn't make a joke about him being a vacuum cleaner. What you would do is you would probably say, hey, is everything okay? Do you want me to call a paramedic? Do you want me to maybe get you some, maybe make a call to emergency services or something? Because this sounds like you're hyperventilating. It doesn't sound like you're trying to do a breathing exercise. So it's super cringe. I don't know why they kept that in. I don't know why they chose that specifically as an example, but it is what it is. Super cringe. Okay, number 5 or number 1, I'm not sure. Again, this is a very strange countdown, count up. Apologies.
So my friend Barrett here, he's been having trouble sleeping lately. And I want you to tell him a bedtime story about robots and love.
Oh, a bedtime story about robots and love? I got you covered. Gather round, Barrett. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot, always exploring.
I started this story, but I want a little bit more emotion in your voice, a little bit more drama.
Got it. Let's add some drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte.
No, ChatGPT. I really want maximal emotion, like maximal expressiveness, much more than you were doing before.
Understood. Let's amplify the drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte
Actually, can
was
you do this in a robotic voice now?
initiating dramatic robotic voice. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours.
Why would you have it read a bedtime story to your friend, maybe to your child, but that's not the use case that they're showing here. And also, I don't know if you want to have it read bedtime stories to your child. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know if you want your child exposed to the LLM, but it's a strange example. And then the fact that they kept on make it more dramatic, just made it super cringe. And I actually really felt sorry for ChatGPT at this point. And I shouldn't feel sorry for ChatGPT because it's an unfeeling machine. It's just a large language model. It's just an algorithm. But I just felt really sorry for it. And especially after that last video, it was just super cringe. Again, this is one of the most amazing technologies that I've been privileged to see in my lifetime. I've been in conversational AI for 9 years, and this thing is changing everything we know about conversation design, conversational AI, interaction, HRI, interacting with robots. Everything is changing, and it's a shame that these people are in charge of that dramatic shift, because just by looking at this video, it's super cringe. Yeah, and these people are in charge of our future. So anyway, that's been me. I'm curious, did you watch the OpenAI demo, and did you find it as cringeworthy as I did? And if you did, it makes me feel better that I'm not alone. Thank you very much for watching, and if for some reason you have comments, or if you have positive things to say about me and the way I look and the way I talk and the way I smell, then just drop it in the notes. Thank you. Goodbye.